What if I told you that a simple mistake could cost you customers? Find out what not to do when defining your brand voice. This could change everything for you. I'm going to show you how to avoid some common pitfalls in this. Join me, Dr. Ember, as I discuss mistakes small businesses make when trying to establish their voice and how you can steer clear of them. Well, hello there, my beautiful minds. Welcome back to Embers, the video podcast that's all about sparking your curiosity and teaching you something new, hopefully both at once. I'm your host, Dr. Ember, and today we're tackling a topic that's crucial for your business success: your brand voice. That's right. We're going to be exploring the common mistakes to avoid when defining your unique, authentic brand voice. So, whether you're just starting out or looking to refine your existing voice, stay tuned because this episode is packed with insights and a sprinkling of humor. All right, now let's dive deep here into this. First off, let's talk about what a brand voice really means. Your unique, authentic brand voice for your business is the personality and tone that you use to communicate with your audience. It shapes how customers perceive your business and helps establish a connection with them. Now, many entrepreneurs, as well as small business owners, trip over their own feet when trying to establish this voice, usually on any type of branding online. Now, miscommunications happen, but from miscommunications to tone inconsistencies, these mistakes can derail your branding efforts before they even begin, and all you're going to get is crickets instead of customers. So let's dive into some of the common pitfalls. And the first mistake that I often see, quite literally, is inconsistency in tone. Let me break that down for you. So imagine if your favorite coffee shop suddenly started using a formal language, right? And one day it was, yo, I want a cup of Joe. I want the grande model, right? Soy latte, whatever your lingo is there at the coffee shop. But all of a sudden, it changes. And one day we're using very formal professional language. And the next day we're using slang. You're going to get confused as a customer, right? How am I supposed to order? So consistency here is the key. Your audience should be able to recognize your brand's voice across all platforms, whether it's social media, email newsletters, or your website. Okay, now let's talk about number 2, not knowing your audience. Guys, this is a problem because if you cannot directly talk to your audience one on one as like your bestie, you get them completely and you can explain things to them, they're not going to turn into customers offline. So knowing your audience is key. Here's a fun fact for you. 70% of consumers say they feel more connected to brands that understand them. If you don't know who you're talking to, how can you expect to create a voice that resonates? Spend time researching your target audience. Understand their needs, their preferences, and their pain points. Okay? Guys, make sure that you are subscribed here simply because of the fact that I will be breaking this down a lot farther in the future on how to truly understand your audience and talk to them. Okay, guys, let's talk about number 3. Overly complex language. Sometimes, a lot of the time, less is more. Using jargon or overly complex language can alienate your audience. Remember, you want to connect with them, not confuse them. Always move forward towards clarity over complexity. Okay? You know what you mean, they may not. And you want to make sure that you actually appeal to the broader audience in regards to your clarity statements. Okay, so number 4 is lack of personality. We have all had those podcasts, webinars, infomercials that just put us to sleep. Okay? Your brand voice should reflect your unique personality as your small business or your entrepreneurial venture. The best way to do that is if you are speaking about it, then let your unique personality shine through, your passion, your excitement for what it is that you're talking about. Are you fun and quirky, or are you professional and serious? Whatever it is, don't shy away from showing it. A brand without personality is like a cupcake without frosting. Just plain boring and not quite as appetizing. Now, my business minded peeps, let's discover what number 5 is. You see, never, ever, ever ignore your feedback. This is my last point here today for this video. Your feedback is super important from your customers because your customers are the best source of insight when it comes to your brand voice. And yes, you're being authentic and you're letting that shine through. But there is a small difference between you and your brand voice. So you have to encapsulate this correctly. So don't ignore the feedback. Perhaps you need to take a look at something else here and adjust it. Pay attention to their reactions. When you adjust your brand voice based on their feedback and you're open to evolution of your brand, you actually not only attract new clients, new opportunities, new ways of doing things, and more abundance across everything. It's a very, very helpful thing for you to have. I'd like to share a quick quote from the legendary branding expert Simon Sinek. I believe that's how you say your last name. Sir, if I'm saying it wrong, please forgive me. But I find this quote aptly sums up today's video podcast here on Embers. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Okay? This perfectly encapsulates the essence of finding your authentic brand voice and communicating your why effectively. And when you do it, your audience will follow. And when they follow, you have your tribe. And that is a very, very powerful thing for an entrepreneur and a small business owner. Sometimes when you build it and you explain it right, they do come. So to recap today's episode, avoid inconsistency in your tone. Know your audience very well. Keep your language simple. Inject personality into your voice. And always welcome that feedback and grow from it. These are the foundational steps to defining a strong brand voice that truly resonates with your audience and yourself. Thank you so very, very, very much for tuning into this episode of Embers Branding Breakthroughs. I guess that's the best way to put that. If you found these tips helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more insightful content. Share this episode with fellow business owners who might be struggling with their unique brand voice as well and reaching their target market. You see, we're all in this together. Until next time, remember that your brand's voice is powerful. Use it wisely. Take care and keep branding with attention and intention.